Welcome to the Monster Report, a show highlighting those entertaining creatures of film history. Nick Adam Poling here, and today's review, we'll be taking a look into a franchise that features a superhero turtle.
Excellent! Yeah!
Who's rocket-powered.
Hey!
It might seem silly at first, but believe me, you don't mess with Gamera.
Like the original Godzilla, the first movie of the Gamera series features the title character as a force of destruction, but later becomes more kid-friendly. Plus, this film is shot in black and white, also like the original Godzilla. And finally, as if you didn't already know, this monster uses a man in a monster costume, called Sudomation, to destroy locations built as miniatures, like Godzilla. Daiei Studios released Daiei Gamera in 1965 to compete with Toho Studios' monster films. This fire-breathing flying turtle was never as widely known internationally as Godzilla, but is very popular within the kaiju fandom. This first film keeps a serious tone throughout. As Gamera emerges and defends his territory, the audience is kept in a sense of fear and dread of the monster.
That is, until he saves the life of a turtle-loving kid. But we'll get back to that story later. This is Zippy.
The origin of Gamera is explained to be linked to the lost continent of Atlantis. A group of Eskimos have the only relics that point towards a vague past where Gamera was frozen in ice when Atlantis sunk into the sea. Cold War air conflicts bring down a bomber carrying a nuclear weapon. The detonation of this coincidentally happened in proximity to the hibernating Gamera. How about that kind of rude awakening? I think I'd emerge a fire-breathing monster too if somebody woke me up with a nuclear detonation. This doesn't help Gamera's mood either. So he begins his tantrum of destruction. The character Toshio, the kid I referred to earlier, is obsessed with turtles. Believe it or not, there once was a time before smartphones when kids had hobbies and interests other than tweets.
Yeah? Yeah.
His interest, though, becomes unhealthy, and his sister and father try and intervene by having Toshio set his pet turtle free.
Be free!
Gamera's appearance at this point has the boy convinced that his pet beefed up spontaneously to giant monster size. This leads the kid to put himself in near-death situations, where someone, including the monster, has to save him.
Wait a second. I don't think I trust this guy. Alright, I'll give him a little credit for risking his life to save the boy. But you'll find out why I'm on edge about this so-called courageous act in our next movie review.
Plan after plan fail our human characters in eradicating Gamera. They usually occur in threes. These failures only serve to strengthen the monster crisis. Gamera ingests fire from the geothermal power plant. Missiles and tanks firing on him bounce right off. And the plan to upturn a turtle on his shell only reveals his ability to fly. Let's talk about this scene where they flip Gamera over. It seems like a good idea. Apparently the Japanese Self-Defense Force has freeze missiles at their disposal. Using these slow the Turtlesaurus down while they plant explosives below him. While this seems to work well at first,
Oh boy. No, I'm okay. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Gamera has the last laugh. Check out these reactions of the scientists as they look at their plan flop with complete dumbstruck faces. So when does the plan go right? The Z plan, of course. What? The Z plan? It always occurred to me that A through Y plans were either considered too ridiculous or were tried off camera and blew up in their faces. Z plan involves a simple relocation of Gamera from Earth to Mars. Since they can't seem to kill the invincible turtle, they lure him to a platform that turns out to be...
When something doesn't feel right, my tail tingles. And let me tell you something, everything you've said so far is driving my tail crazy.
A giant rocket, with first-class, non-stop travel to the Red Planet, where Gamera can be that planet's problem.
I guess all shell that ends shell, huh, Gary? Ah, together!
Sorry guys, I'm a dad. I watch a lot of cartoons.
This film isn't my absolute favorite in the Gamera series, but it is one of the top 5 at least. It moves a little slow at times, but that adds to the uneasy, tense feeling it's trying to convey. As we follow the main human characters, situations become truly life-threatening, with many casualties of extra unnamed characters in the cities and on the ship Gamera destroys. The visual effects look amazing, considering the time period. Watch the home video release from Shout Factory or Mill Creek to see the best transfers of this film. August Ragone has a great audio commentary on the Shout Factory release. Overall, I appreciate that Daiei created a monster that wasn't a one-to-one copy of Godzilla, but creatively delivered a worthy competitor to Toho's signature monster. Competitor in the box office, that is. We've never seen these two monsters duke it out. Yet.
There you have it, the first in a new set of reviews here on The Monster Report. The original Gamera spawned 7 sequels in the classic Showa series of tokusatsu films, and 2 reboots. We're going to look at them all. So we'll see you next time for Gamera vs. Beruga.